Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're at the Amsterdam Lego store, which is like an epic store. I can't wait to check it out. Let's go! So of course this store is located in like downtown Amsterdam, where it is like insanely busy. But right in the grand front window here, we have a beautiful build of a iconic windmill. Look at that, it's like motorized, spinning. It's got the classic Lego style door with some lights below. Got some pumpkins there. And of course we're in Amsterdam, so we've got some tulips as well. And there's a guy, like a farmer, sort of tending to those tulips. He's having a good old time there, I would imagine. And just a really cool structure. It is huge. And of course, when we go inside, we can go inside the windmill. So that's pretty neat. In the other window here, of course, we have Lego sets, but that's nothing special. But in my opinion, this is pretty special. We have like a nice botanical display here, along with the cat who's just hanging out, the tuxedo cat, checking things out, you know, interested in the crowds, just hanging out in the window. But we have like brick-built flower pots here with all sorts of different botanical sets. And then there's a large version of the Vincent van Gogh sunflowers, and it 100% makes sense that this is in the front window because we're of course in Amsterdam, where they also have the Van Gogh Museum. Hopefully we can see that amongst our travels here in Amsterdam. I love the frame. It is just beautiful. It uses a lot of those large shell elements, also some whatever interesting pieces and one-by-one tiles, also gold tiles, gold ingots, like chocolate swirl pieces, just a bunch of stuff to give it texture. And then it just seems like they took the Vincent van Gogh sunflower set, but they upped the scale of it. And I think it looks really cool here in the front window. That is pretty special to see. And it's just presented on a nice easel, which is pretty amazing. Imagine if the easel was brick built. That would be pretty cool too, but it's just wood. But again, it allows you to focus on the beautiful piece of artwork. Here's a better clip of the Vincent van Gogh frames. You can see all the part usage there, the big like clamshells in gold. So cool. And here's the back side of it. You can literally come up to it and touch it. It's probably craggled. In fact, everything here is probably craggled, but yeah, that is like dense with gold bricks. I'm very impressed that they used all gold on the back. Oh my gosh, look at all the gold 2x2s and like all the 2x3 plates, everything is gold. That is crazy. They just went all in on the frame. The windmill is located just right there, but before it, we have to pass underneath this gigantic arch. Now the entire thing unfortunately is not built of Lego, but hey, it's still cool. We have like a structure in the middle, but then the exterior of it is all Lego, and you can see there's actually like light bulbs worked into it, and we have like masonry work done with Lego, and there's like hidden Easter eggs within the brickwork. We've got like a cow there, also a windmill of course, and then a whole bunch of characters along the top as well. For example, the guy right there, he's doing some fishing off the bridge, and then there's some classic brick-built bikes on the top there too. And then we have a statue that's built into it right here with some like crests in behind that. What would that be, like griffins, I would imagine? And then there's some like yellow artwork built into the rock work, which curves with the actual curve that we walk through there. And also some more Easter eggs as well. And my favorite one is on the far left. He's riding a mini scooter there, and of course he's dressed up as a wheel of cheese, which is iconic to Amsterdam. Because of course, in addition to Lego stores that are epic, there's a lot of cheese stores on this same street as well. Got a brick-built seagull there, and of course the arch is double-sided, and there's some more decorations on this side here. And once you pass through the arch or under it, you can make your way to the windmill. But wait a second, there's actually more. Also underneath the arch is this right here. It's like water, and it's parts that are just laid in there loosely. It's built right into the floor, but there's all sorts of elements within. There's like mini builds. There's an AT-AT walker, there's a bike, there's like Luxo Junior, I believe. There's some Stingrays, brick separators, more bikes. We've got like lizards or dinosaurs in there, and there's all sorts of different shades. You got like the transparent blue, the white, the transparent, the dark blue, the azure, giving it like this really neat grading. And it's just so cool how it's all done with loose pieces, and that actually winds throughout the entire store, which is super cool because it's sort of like a canal flowing through the store, although it's not the right color to be a canal, but it sort of feels like it's a canal going through the store. Maybe that's you know, a misinterpretation. But here we have the windmill, and you can see the windmill has some tulips out front. It's all like brick built, so like classic brick built with your dark tan and your dark orange, and then we've got some nice windows built in there. And it looks like some people put some minifigures on the studs. I guess you could maybe sneak a minifigure on there yourself if you truly wanted to. And there's some tulips above the front entrance there, along with another window. There's the back side of our farmer, another window on the side there with more tulips, and we can actually go inside. So now we're inside the windmill, which is in the front window. Super cool. We've got a cat here, also a mouse, and some more cheese and some like gears along with some light up features. So definitely pretty cool. This is one of the best sculptures I've seen in a Lego store. I like how it's interactive. Like the Lamborghini in my Lego store, that's the one at West Hamilton Mall, the Lamborghini Sienna. It's pretty cool because it's interactive, because you can like press the button and the engine starts. But this one's interactive in the sense that you can actually go inside it, which is pretty neat and makes it pretty special. Additionally, they have this creation, which is like a large tower. I think it's customized right now for Halloween. In fact, I know it is. You've got the clock up top there, which is like a jack-o'-lantern, and you've got the bones representing the Roman numerals for the numbers. It's cool they changed that out seasonally. I would think. I would be curious to see what it is during the holidays. But that's a huge tower going pretty much right to the ceiling, and the ceiling has that unique sort of Lego vibe to it as well with those specialized light fixtures. I love the studs not on top work that they've done here with the brickwork. There's more to it. It's not just like standard Lego brick. You know, it's a little bit different. Which a lot of the large scale models, they don't have like interesting techniques like this, like the studs not on top technique, just to give it more texture, but more so they're just like bricks, you know, built upright. So I like how they have the forward facing studs with this particular, not mini build, but massive build within the Lego store. Pretty cool. Down here by the main cache, we've got another brick built sculpture here as well. This is like a minifigure, which is like what, a pirate? No, Imperial, but he does have a brick-built bird or parrot on his shoulder there, which is also wearing a little mini sort of pirate hat. Maybe he's the pirate of the group. But I like how the hat has the brick-built like feather piece on top. And I like how the character's in a sitting position. That's pretty cool. He's also holding on to like a telescope, I believe, right? Yeah, pretty sweet. Something I haven't seen in a while is actually the mosaic maker. I thought this was a retired product, but they still have it here in the store. And what I think is really interesting about the Amsterdam one is they have a custom Vincent van Gogh art piece, which actually looks really good through the screen on my camera here. Yeah, it seems like the screen of the camera always like makes it look so cool. And of course, the further away you go from it, the better it looks as well. Now we have 2 of these for our kids. Awesome parts pack, actually. If you can get them on sale, they're €80. But I think we got ours on sale, and they're great parts packs because they come with like all the light and dark gray 1x1s, also black and white and all the different colors. But yeah, we were so short on these for such a long time, and it was nice when we had all the extras after building our kids. Actually, my father-in-law did it for us for Christmas. But after we got that, we had a whole bunch of leftover pieces. But yeah, I guess it's still available here in Amsterdam. I just spotted this out of the corner of my eye. This must not be right. These just came out. It's not the last chance to buy these sets, I would hope. This just came out, but it looks like there's a bunch of brickheads that potentially might be the last chance to buy as well, such as Potted Groot, Iron Spider-Man, a lot of the Disney ones on the bottom here. Yeah, so a bunch of them, which is pretty interesting. I've seen these on sale at the Lego store in Canada, so I believe those ones are, but never knew that about all these ones. Oh my gosh, I just realized that the front cash counter is a water taxi. There's a lot of those here in Amsterdam. There's a lot of like canal cruises or tours that you can do on water taxis, and look at that. They've decorated the front counter as if it's one of those, and the water is right below. So this store here has 2 floors. You can use the elevator, and beside the elevator we have 2 pieces of art here. Nobody knows who the girl with a pearl earring is. Okay, this is the girl with the pearl earring. Pretty interesting frame there. Actually, really interesting. Sorry about that. In 2019, we celebrate 350 years of Rembrandt. I'm sorry. We honor his legacy with a Lego self-portrait built in 85 hours. And look at that. His eyes are actually moving. I'm so sorry. I butcher names. And I was reading it from afar. My wife's going to be mad at me too. Rembrandt? But either way, there it is. That is super cool. And we can take the stairs up or we can take the elevator. Now I actually want to start the staircase up here because you can see all of the different staircases and the different dimensions that they're working in. That is so neat. And when you just look down from the top floor, you can just see like all of it in one picture, which is pretty amazing. Okay, so now back down here above the elevator, you can see we have the stairs. And it's cool, they're like inverted. So we have somebody walking up the stairs on that side and somebody upside down on this side here, and the door in behind. So that's how we sort of get started here. And there is a write-up about the stairs, sort of like their origin. And then we had a portrait on the wall here. And another door up there, another door there with stairs. This guy's walking on the side. This guy's walking sideways as well. There's a guy upside down there underneath the colorful parrot. There's somebody above right here. There's a guy who's pouring water on this staircase. And there's one reading a book right here. And another door up here. And you can see like it's built using a studs not on top technique, which is super special. Pretty cool. And then of course we have Vincent van Gogh right here, piece of art. There's another piece of artwork on the top of the stairs here, and this is the Merry Drinker. There's those eyes in action. Sort of creeping me out. Sort of creeping me out a little bit. But it looks super cool. Love the 3D effect on that piece of art. Of course, there's all the sets that you can imagine here, and I noticed that there's actually a lot of sets marked as last chance to buy. I'm here to more so focus on the store itself because, you know, the products, there's every product that you can imagine, pretty much every product in the LEGO lineup, and all of those products are available in the store in Edmonton, where I'm from, right? So I don't really need to pick any of these up here today. Also right here, they have this awesome thing. It's called Plants from Plants. So, you know, LEGO's building plants from plants, which is interesting. Look, we have all the bushes down here and also the little mini trees and like the granules, I believe, to create those. And also the evolution of the tree within that. Like the metal trees that came in those like really old sets from the 70s. Okay, I'm sorry, people from the 70s. You're not really old. But those relatively old sets. We got the evolution of the tree within that tube there. And then on the side here, you can actually see the blueprints of those elements. That is super cool. And then right here, you'll actually see some of the original molds for the metal trees. How cool is that? I feel like it is super special. My gosh, everybody, we've got to check out this pad wall because it is stacked. It is just wild. We've got like 1x6 by 5 glass panels. Also the green leaves there. 1x4 masonry bricks in nougat. Also 1x2s and white as well. Up here we've got the cheese slopes in translite blue. Also the quarter round tiles. Up here there's 1x1 tiles in translite blue, which is always a good find. Also clear right there. And masonry bricks galore on this wall. It's weird because it's like an octagonal wall, so you gotta like walk around it to see everything, and everything is sort of spread out. But there's olive green there, also shield tiles, which we found on our pad wall recently, but that is just a beautiful part there. And then down here we have some of those like supports, the crane supports I call them, I guess. Also the street lights. Brown bushes, can use those as like tails. That's just a really good part. Green brick, you know I love that. We've got pink leaves there as well. Some candlesticks, and also you can pair those up with the flames. My word, that is pretty awesome. Also palisade bricks in the nougat and some nougat arches to go with those. Then there are fence elements, which I saw on the pad wall a very long time ago, but it's cool to see them here in 2025. Also the brackets, I used a bunch of those. I paired them up with some 1x1s that I found on the wall. Also 1x2s and the masonry to build the wall around the amusement park. Got more masons down here in purple or lavender. Also the 1x2x5 panels.
6x8 white plate, great for mills plating winter villages. Also 2x4 light gray brick. Some of these that we recently used, we paired them up with the fern elements, which can be found right up here to create all of the flowers, I should say. They've got 2x6 light gray down there. Also lavender leaf elements there. 1x3, and also this nougat color in 1x3, which is pretty special. Don't really see that on the wall too often, I feel. Some more masonry brick, also more palisade in dark gray and white. And then some like random studs not on top bricks up there, or modified bricks with forward-facing studs. 2x2 in dark gray, also 1x10 in light gray, 1x2 palisade in dark tan. Down here we've got some beauty plates that we've picked up a lot of to create our mills work. That's the 4x6s and 4x4 in light and dark gray. And up here we got those olive wedge plates, which are good for like landscaping and stuff. I've built some trees using these lime forward-facing studs here, and the awesome like size, right? It's like 1x1 by 2 2/3, just a great size. And the 2x6s in tan, this is overwhelming. We've got some sand green leaf pieces there. Some jumpers in white at the very top beside some of the grill elements, and also some of these like 2-plate tall bricks in olive, and then the rounded modified bricks with the forward-facing stud elements there in light gray. Those are awesome. And what do you know, more fern elements followed by 1x6 dark gray brick and 1x2 panels, some seaweed elements and more leaves down here. This is just like straight up overwhelming, and that's where we begun. So here in the Netherlands, that's where we're at, Amsterdam, as mentioned, it's $10.99 for a small box and €20 for a large box. A little bit more expensive than Canada. It's $22 Canadian for a box in Canada, whereas this is €20, which is a lot more, unfortunately. You know what though, I just spotted this on display. This is the Emerald City wall art, and we've been wanting to get this set. And I thought this set was going to be, I don't know, maybe the size of the box, maybe just a little bit smaller than the box. But then I saw it built on display right here. Great minifigures and all that, but I was thinking to myself, the thing looks pretty small. Like, it does look pretty small when you compare it to my hand. On the back side here, like, yeah, it's not very large. So I don't know how I feel about that now. I still think I want to get it eventually, but I don't know. So what do you think, everybody? Pretty epic store, hey? Like the brick built like paintings and stuff of Vincent van Gogh truly make it unique. I really like the stairs as well, with all the characters like walking in all the different directions, sort of like multi-dimensional, which is really, really cool. I also like checking out the pad wall just because that sort of makes the store unique as well. In regards to all the sets and stuff, of course they have all the sets in stock, but I feel like the unique builds that you can only see in certain stores just really make it special. Specifically the stairs, the windmill, the large brick built sunflowers, and in this case also the paintings, especially the ones with the moving eyes. Like we got the characters right there on the stairs, and then we have the moving eye painting up here, right beside Vincent van Gogh. Then we go down the stairs, we see the windmill, we see the giant bridge with the people fishing and the bicycles and all that. It's definitely pretty cool. But in regards to picking stuff up, I'm not going to do that at this Lego store just because I have access to everything at home as well, and I don't have to pack it home. Plus our suitcases are already loaded, and we're going to fill up the remaining space with cheese. I'm serious. All right, everybody, hope you enjoyed my little overview of the Amsterdam Lego store. If you're in Amsterdam, definitely come check it out, and come check out everything that Amsterdam has to offer. It is an insane city, unlike anything I've ever been to, but I mean, I haven't done much traveling throughout Europe. So it's definitely special coming here, checking out the Lego store and everything that Amsterdam has to offer. Well, maybe not everything, but the architecture and the shopping and stuff like that. Thank you so much for coming on by. Please like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Have a great day. Bye for now.